My name is Professor Emmanuel Ibezim of the Department of Pharmaceutics of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, UNN, and the one-time Dean of the faculty. The water situation had been so terrible in the faculty for many years. One had to grapple with lack of water, to wash hands, to ease yourself, to clean yourself up after easing, to work in the laboratory. I will soon show you my mini lab. Running a lab without water can be very inconveniencing. You have to climb down from this 3-story building to go and look for water. Climb up as a professor was so inconveniencing. So to have water now running everywhere is a thing of joy. This is my mini lab. Some of the equipment are in the other places. So you can see the water is running for the first time. This one is also running. So it can be a thing of joy working with water everywhere. Ndị Igbo na-asị na aka metụrụ egbe o jiri kwuo. So I want to thank the dean. He's a very renovative and innovative dean, very proactive and focused. He has done so well within the few months, 6 months he had been on board. So many changes, infrastructurally, humanitarian relationship. He has mended all the fences that were before now scattered in the faculty, with the students, with the staff, with the alumni. He had mended all the fences and everybody is flowing along. This water project is one. He has done so many things. He has renovated the K block. He has renovated the J block. In fact, the J block is now the bride of the faculty. Every staff wants to have an office there, including my humble self. So he has done so well, and we cannot thank him enough. I cannot thank our alumni in the US and Canada enough. It has been a long time of their sponsorship and their partnership with the faculty that have been tremendous in their support. I remember those years when they gave us computers. When computers were so scarce everywhere, they donated about 20 computers to the faculty. After that, chymographs, and after that, lab coats to our final year students that they all look forward to every year. Where is our lab coat? And now they have topped it up with this water borehole. I think it is one of its kind in the entire university. So I cannot thank them enough, especially the president, Pharmacist Ogwa, Francis Dr. Ogwa, and the secretary, and the entire executive. They have been so wonderful. This project is a very welcome project, and it has solved a lot of problems for the staff, students, and in fact laboratories of the faculty. I cannot thank you enough, our alumni. I also want to thank our revered colleague, pharmacist AC Igwobi of AC Drugs, who also partnered in this water project. You have done so well. That's all we can say.
My name is Professor Maxwell Adibe, the head of Department Clinical Pharmacy and Pharmacy Management of this faculty. It was really a very bad situation, heightened by the fact that I had to pay for laborers that will go out anywhere and search for water and fetch and fill my buta. And it was a really bad situation in the sense that you always pray that there is no emergency that relates to toilet whenever you are in the office, because at times you may not even have any water to help yourself or help your visitors. That is how bad it was. This is the best thing that have happened in this faculty. All this while we have been longing for this. You may wish to see that all the taps in the office are actually running. See the mini lab here, even my toilets, they are all running. Here, this is the washhand basin. You can see the tap running. Before I have this buta here, just for storage, but you see that the whole thing is filled. So see the toilet, it can be flushed. So everything is moving fine. Even my mini lab, in here you see that the water is also running without any issue. So it is an improvement we prayed for, and God has granted all this opportunity. With this, I want to thank the sponsors of this, the University of Nigeria Alumni in North America, and AC Drug for providing this opportunity and giving us this relief. It's really a relief to us.
I'm Professor Kenneth Chibuzo Fakansi. I'm a professor of pharmaceutics and biopharmaceutics in the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, a former head of department of pharmaceutics, and also a former dean of faculty of the pharmaceutical sciences. That was between 2020 and 2022. Yeah, and one of the elders in the faculty, one of the elders of the faculty. Yes. Water has been a major challenge in this faculty for decades. Beginning from the time when I was a student in this faculty in the 90s, water was a challenge. Even then, our laboratory staff used to go to look for water elsewhere, just to wash off the laboratory glassware, bottles, and all that in the past. So water has been a major challenge in the faculty, both at the departmental level and then globally in the faculty. Even most of our toilets, in the past used to stink. Because after using the toilet, maybe for urination or for defecation, there's no water to flush it. So the practice in the past has been that departments and lecturers, used to collect water using a large bowl. As you can see in my office, I've had those bowls. I've had them just to store water, to flush the toilet, and even to source the water to use to fill these bowls has been a challenge too in the past. Currently all that now is in the past. The current dean of the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Professor Sylvester Chukwemeka, undertook a very bold, ambitious project of sinking a borehole in the faculty. And thankfully, that very project was sponsored by our alumni in North America, that's in the USA and Canada, North America. Also supported by one of our products, AC Drugs, Iguobi, in Enugu. And within the short time, within 2 weeks, the borehole was successfully sunk, and then not just sinking the borehole, but also reticulated. That I now just by opening my tap, I have water. I now use the toilet, urinate, I flush immediately. Just like what obtains in the Western world. I was once a postdoc in Germany for 2 years. Of course, if you go and use the toilet, you flush immediately after using it, and that keeps the toilet perpetually clean, immaculate. So the dean has just replicated that what we once experienced overseas now in the faculty. Even to the point of students using the toilets and then flushing in the past. Those conveniences. We're not open to students. Students would have to go back to the hostel to urinate or to defecate, and that could disrupt their normal, their normal academic work. Sometimes students, urinate in places, in unusual places, but all that now is in the past. If you go, they did just once recently showed me one of the toilets downstairs used by students, clean, spotless, immaculate. Changed the toilet seats, the wash hand basin, and all that. Everything was changed. And just like I showed in my office, I now open the tap, wash my hands, and then flush the toilet after using it. Of course, in a matter of days, I will dispose of these balls. They have outlived their usefulness. They're no longer useful to me. The water I kept there has been there now for over 2-3 months without being used. So you can imagine, the impact this water project has created in the faculty. So and that is that makes stay in the faculty very convenient. And it also makes our work easy. With those who work in the laboratories, those who use water to do one thing or the other in their projects, in their research, and all that. And then even extending the water to even nearby students who live in the hostels around. They come to the faculty to fetch water downstairs. So the project is quite impactful, and I must commend our dean, the current dean of faculty, for taking this initiative, this bold, ambitious project, and bringing it to a successful end. Because I think in the past we used to think of very bogus, ambitious projects, but the dean started by, embarking on projects that will impact directly on the lives of our students and of our staff, both teaching and non-teaching staff. So it is something that I find, something I find commendable. So I join in saying kudos to the dean and commending his efforts.
I am Sabinus Ifanyo Fefule, a professor of pharmaceutical technology and industrial pharmacy. And by the grace of God, I'm one of the most senior lecturers in Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, as at present. Yeah, you see, generally, water is a major problem in Nsukka because of the terrain. The depth of the waterbed is so deep that even the whole university as a whole struggles to supply water to the campus. It is a major problem since as far back as 1983, when I came into this place as an undergraduate student. Water had been a major problem. In fact, the present generation will not appreciate what we went through. In those days, you see overhead tanks everywhere being vandalized by students looking for water because water is not running in the hostels. And some of the boreholes dug by the university, once dry season comes, the water level goes down, sumo, and all kinds of problems. And some of them, because they were few in those days, pressure will make some of them to be breaking down. So it was a very major problem in the university generally. Then for pharmacy, we run practicals. It is an embarrassment that I think when we schooled, it was a little better. We could have some level of water in the labs. But after that, it is something else. You see, a situation where people will be made to go and bring a jerry can before the advent of sachet water to the lab so that they will run practical. It's not an easy. In fact, what we are having in the faculty now has never happened in any faculty in this university, both Enugu, Nsukka campus, Enugu, and Ituko. This is the only and the first time a faculty will embark on such project and water is made available. And you see now, it's not only that the water is made available in the faculty building, adjoining buildings, laboratories are getting water. I even understand that the faculty administration wants to do water reticulation to our students' hostel that is facing the faculty, the two hostels that are tactically, they belong to pharmacy students, mainly female pharmacy students. And then I looked at the back there and I saw there were two places now that the faculty has also created points, taps, so that when these students, instead of coming to vandalize our overhead tanks or the ones on the ground and so on, they will fetch water there. And if you discover in the last maybe approximately 2 months, The issue of, sometimes I'll be coming to school, I see gears carrying buckets, moving from one faculty department to the other. I've never witnessed that again, and all that. What I want to say is that what CS Nwuru and our first lady in quote now, because we have two first ladies. The first lady, not in quote, is the wife of the dean. The first lady in quote is the associate dean. Do you get what I'm saying? They have done what no other did in recent years, at least in the last 50 years. None have been able to do that. So at least now, if you enter into the lab, you are not thinking about water. You are thinking of imparting the knowledge to the students. But before, if you go, you come to the lab, there's no water, practical is delayed, and so on. A course like this, a faculty that have produced timber and caliber both home and abroad. I want to pay special tribute to Professor C.S. Nwuru and his team. And I want to say that from what I've heard from the grapevine and all that, and from him too, that our alumni at home and in diaspora played a very major role in actualizing this project. So it is a welcome development. So all I'm saying is that he should continue. He should not be distracted. That is, nothing gives a hard-working man the joy than the fact in any given assignment he has done his best. I think he is doing his best, and I think he will do more. And I'm emphasizing he should not lose focus. On a final note, I want to specially thank the faculty alumni, North America chapter, led by our former student, Dr. Chioma Ogwa. She is the leader, I understand, of the UNN, or University of Nigeria and Nsukka Pharmacy Alumni Association, North America, for driving this project. We are grateful. Chioma, we are grateful to you. And we're also using this opportunity to encourage other, we know we have alumni in Europe, in Asia and all that. We encourage them also to emulate your example. And I will not end by just thanking them alone. I want to thank my own personal friend, pharmacist Igwobi, the MD and Chief Executive of AC Drug. He has been consistent right from the time I was dean. He has been consistent in assisting the faculty whenever we run to him. I want to thank you. He will go by. That's what we'll call you. In those days, you were in Awolowo Hall. I was in Ajanwachuku. We used to call you go by. And when we used to play inter-house football team, game that time. So you go by. Thank you very much. God will reward all of you. You're already a big man. God will make you bigger. So thank you for also answering the call from our dean. Thank you for what you have been doing in the faculty. I also use this opportunity to encourage other alumni, those in the country that are MDs, are captains of industry, who are holding various positions. I want to challenge all of you to take a cue from what pharmacist Igwobi, and our pharmacy alumni in North America, led by Dr. Chioma Ogwa, have done for the faculty. And I know by the time any of you will bring your children or your ward to study pharmacy here, you will not regret that you have done so. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
I'm Professor Edwin Ogechukwu-Omeje. I'm a professor of medicinal chemistry in this faculty. Over the years, water scarcity has been an issue, not just for our faculty, but in different parts of the university community. So, but specifically for this faculty, water has been an issue, and it's really been a problem until recently. You can't do anything. Of course, pharmacy being a life science, we need a lot of water for our activities, ranging from research to wash off and other things. Of course, the lack of water has been an impediment to the normal running of the faculty for many years, and including things like conveniences. Is quite scary, but that was the situation over the years. We have. I'm excited that in the deanship of a young man, my colleague Professor CNS, we call him Sly, Professor Moru, the Dean of Pharmacy. He has worked doggedly to attract this very exciting project of reticulating water to not just to labs, but to every office. Like you can see, my office has now water running. I can wash my hands and do many things with water. All thanks to God and our alumni through the reach out of the Dean of the faculty, Professor Nworu. So, Nworu is delivering on his campaign mandate of restoring the glory of this university. Of course, our motto as a university is to restore the dignity of man. And this young man, he is 1 year my junior in this faculty. He's doing a great work. Even the blind is seeing that he's determined to weather the storms. Though not easy, but he has done quite tremendously well. He has done quite a lot. While I appreciate the Dean, Professor Moru, and members of the alumni of this great faculty who have contributed immensely to see that we have water and other facilities in the faculty, I also wish to passionately plead with every other alumni of this faculty, this great faculty. We are over 50 years old, so we have a very large family as alumni. I appeal to every one of our alumni members to extend hands of fellowship to the Dean and to the faculty so that other dividends of this very godly leadership of Moru will be provided for members of this faculty, both staff and students.
I am Dr. Ebere Emilia Ayogu. I am the Associate Dean of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Before now, in our faculty, we didn't have water supply. Okay, it has multiple effects on the faculty, both staff and students, but I'm going to report from the staff point of view. As a staff, and even as a senior staff, as from the time I was a senior lecturer and even as an associate professor, I had these ugly experiences over and over. You would be in the faculty, you can imagine, you will be pressed, you want to ease yourself, but you will have to enter your vehicle and take a little trip, to the nearest place. Okay, my parents are around here in the environment, so I will drive to my parents' home. yes, to, ease myself. So when our dean was explaining, sharing his experience when he came back from sabbatical, he saw a student taking permission off class to go and ease herself. He was saying he was surprised. I laughed and said, we also do that. It was that inconveniencing, right? Apart from, seeing your students complaining, we're in the laboratory, we could not do that, water, giving excuses. We are not in class, we are late. You'll be in a lecture hall 8, 9 sometimes. You come before the student, you want to lock them out, they'll be giving you reasons. I woke up early, but I was searching for water, stuff like that. The ladies, they will complain, you will not have any, and of course, there is no water. They don't have water also, so you just have to allow them. So before now, it has been a nightmare, in the faculty. Sincerely, before now, when you look at the tone of the effect of no water, you'll be like, is it possible? Will we ever get there? To the point whereby you turn on every tap in this faculty and water will gush out without fear of the water stopping in the next 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Before, we try to sustain by buying water, filling in the tank and all that. But the much you can do, 2-3 days, they are exhausted. So we're like, is it possible? So right now, that by God's grace, we have a new administration who have been supported by alumni, and there is currently a borehole. I am excited. Let me tell you what it looks like. You can imagine I'm in my office. In the course of carrying out my duty, I'm pressed. I want to ease myself. I want to use the convenient. All I need to do is get up from my seat, open this convenient that has been here but not in use because there is no water, probably enter. All it takes me is ease myself and I flush. I really need to do that. And when I finish, I wash. Very simple and convenient. I can't express my joy. And I come out and I clean. I'm quite excited. Before now, when you enter each convenient, you will see buckets, you will see containers for doing what? Once there is water, water is supplied through any water vendor, you see staff struggling to hoard water to use during scarcity. But now you will enter each convenient, you will just see your convenient free. No hoarding containers to hoard water. You are just relaxed. If you're pressed, you ease yourself. You want to wash, you wash. Whatever you want to do, you do. I am quite excited. My appreciation goes to University of Nigeria, Nsukka Pharmacists Alumni Association, North America branch, ably led by Dr. Chioma Ogwa and Dr. Afam Nwangu. We appreciate you people so dearly for what you have done for us. This singular support has put smiles on our faces. We now have a comfortable environment to work. Thank you so much. We appreciate you people. And we have a home support in the person of Managing Director and CEO, AC Drugs, Pharmacist Igwobi. We appreciate you so much. He also contributed generously to this project. Now I want to seize this opportunity to call on other alumni of our faculty scattered all over the world to look back and see what they can do for the faculty. We would appreciate that so that they would toe the line that this, our alumni of North American branch, that have done. Thank you so much. May God bless all those who have sponsored and supported this project. Thank you.